Hello, and welcome back. So, once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. As I always keep on saying, that I hope and I wish that all of you are doing fit and fine. So, this is the NEET Selection Express, and why do we have this batch? The agenda of this batch is to cover all these small lagging points that have been created throughout your journey. So, we'll be beginning from the very basic, and we will be taking the discussion to the optimum level so that you clear your examination. You just not clear your examination, you nail the examination. The only thing that I want from you is your 100% dedication, your 100% communication in the comment section, and your 100% energy. Give your 100%, and I promise you that you are going to remember this journey. Okay, so let's get started. And here we go. Today we are going to discuss about the basic mathematics, all important concepts of basic mathematics. And before getting ahead, if you can dream it, definitely you can do it. A lot of great people have said this in their different styles. It has been said in every segment, of education, of sports, of life, of philosophy. Everywhere it's been said that if you can think of something, you can do it. So if you're thinking right now of clearing your examination with flying colors, definitely you can do it. All it needs, all it requires is the effort that you're going to give right now. So the first question coming in front of you is this. Just read the question. Keep noting +4 -1 for every question. What it says: convert radian to degree. Now this is not a question, this is just a quick recap. What do we have? What concept is involved in this discussion? I don't want answer. What is the concept involved? The concept involved is the measurement of angle. So how do we measure angle? In order to measure angle, we have two systems. What are the two systems? The two systems are the degree and radian system. And we know that one complete rotation, we divide it into 4 segments, and we say this whole system, this 360 degree is divided into how much radian? It's divided into 2 pi radian. So the agenda of providing this question is to recall this logic, recall this relation. And now we know that pi radian equal to 180 degree. If you say pi radian, it's going to be equal to 180 degree. They are asking pi by 2, again divide by 2. So this is going to be pi by 2 radian equals to 90 degree. We all know this, okay? Just a basic recall for you. So definitely the answer is going to be 90. Let's take the discussion ahead. Now what are they saying? They are saying that convert from degree to angle. Let's say I have given you 30 degree, for example. Okay. How are you going to convert it into radian? How are you going to convert it into radian? This is my question. So right now you have said that pi radian equals to 180 degree. Is this the relation? Definitely yes. In case I want 30, what am I going to do? I'm going to divide both the sides by 6. I'm going to divide both the sides by 6. So students, divide both the sides by 6. What do you get? You get 30 degree equals to pi by 6 radian. Am I very clear with this discussion? So what are you going to say regarding the conversion of degree to radian? What is 90 degree? That's pi by 2 radian. Straightforward, we know this. Okay. The only reason why this question is here, just to recall the relation between degree and radian. Find the angle between A, B, C. A, B, C. Okay. So different sides have been given to us, 1, 2 and root 3. What are the different relations that we know regarding a triangle? We know from trigonometry that sine of any angle theta is nothing but opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cos of any angle is nothing but base upon hypotenuse. Tan of any angle is opposite divided by base. Do we know this? Students, a quick yes or no? Definitely yes, we do. So what we need to find? We need to find the angle ABC. This is the angle that we are concerned about. Okay. So you can say that sine of angle theta equals to opposite divided by hypotenuse. So sine theta equal to root 3 by 2. What it is, sir? This is a very basic question. And we know the answer. What it is? 30 degree. No, no. We know that sine 30 is 1 by 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So the answer is going to be 60 degree. I hope you remember the relation. Sine 30, 1 by 2, cos 30, root 3 by 2. Sine 60, root 3 by 2, cos 30, root 3 by 2. Okay, here we go. Let's take the discussion ahead. Now this is a nice question. How to find out the value of sine 105 degree? Tell me. So what this question says, it is asking you the value of sine 105 degree. So we directly do not know the value of sine 105. No one knows the value of sine 105 degree. How to find it out? Do we know some relation? We have studied physics for nearly 2 years now for the NEET examination. Are we aware about some trigonometric relation? Yes, sir. We are aware about the relation of sine A plus B. What is that relation, dear students? So that relation is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay, we are aware about this relation. So let's substitute the values and find out the value of sine 105. Here we go. What is A, what is B? How to break 105? 105. That makes no sense. 90 and 15. Nope. 80 and 35. Nope. 60 and 45. Yes, sir. Okay. So here we go. Sine 60 plus 45. Sine A plus B. What it's going to be? It's going to be sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay. Substitute the values. So what do we get? We get sine 60. That's root 3 by 2. Cos 45. That's 1 by root 2. Plus cos 60. That's 1 by 2. Sine 45. 1 by root 2. So root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2 is the answer. I hope that the point is absolutely clear. So here we go. Let's take the discussion ahead. The next question coming in front of you is this. They are saying that if the theta is small, very small, then the value of h is going to be, okay. Let me tell you that for small angles, we have an approximation that sine theta nearly equals to tan theta nearly equals to theta. This stays only for these small angles. Now students straightforward say that, sir, this is 3, this is 5, apply the Pythagoras theorem, and this should be 4. Wait for a second. What this question means to say is that the angle that you're talking about is very, 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 very small. Very small angle. Okay, don't go for that just figure. Go for this word. If theta is very small, so sine theta almost equal to theta. When it can happen? When these two sides are equal. That means h and b should be equal. That means the hypotenuse and the base should be equal, and the answer should be 3, because sine theta is p divided by h and tan theta is p divided by b. I hope that the point is absolutely clear. Let's take the discussion ahead. So this was the discussion regarding basic trigonometry. One more simple question I'm giving you. The correct value of cos 2. So right now you said that for small angle, sine theta equals to theta. And sine theta equals to tan theta. So what about cos theta? Is cos theta equal to theta? Definitely no. Definitely no. Why? Because cos theta is base divided by hypotenuse. If you reduce the angle, just have a look at this figure. If you reduce this angle, okay, so what do you get? You get this P is going to be very small, and you have said that B and H are nearly equal. If B and H are nearly equal, cos theta is going to be nearly equal to 1. Cos theta is going to be nearly equal to 1. So sin theta is going to be nearly equal to how much? Sin theta is nearly equal to theta. And cos theta for small angles is going to be what? It's going to be equal to 1. So the answer is going to be 1. Very basic discussion, simple discussion. Let's take the discussion ahead. Let's increase the pace. What do you say, students? So here we go. Introducing the new concept. Just have a look at the question. Basically, we are dealing concepts through questions. We are not separately studying concepts and then doing questions. We are discussing concepts. We are recalling concepts through these questions. So I want you to maintain the enthusiasm. Don't think that teacher is not watching us. So we can just sit and we can just watch the lecture and we can just, participate according to our will. This is not going to happen. You have to give the answers. When I ask you, you have to tell. No matter who is listening you, who is not listening you, I am here and my soul is listening you. So whenever I ask you that, did you get the answer? Shout from that side that, yes, sir, we did that. No, sir, sorry, sir, we did that. Sorry, sir, we got wrong. Yes, sir, we did it right. I want this communication from your side. Okay. Next question. There's an equation, x square plus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. This looks a very basic equation. What we need to do? We need to find out the roots of the equation. Find out the roots of x. Okay. Let's rewrite the equation. It's x square plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Sir, we know two methods to find out the roots of the equation. One is splitting the middle term, and the another method is to find out by that Sridharacharya formula. Isn't it? Quadratic formula. So let's straightforward. First, try to break up this equation. Let's split this equation. Can you divide 7? Yes, sir. How to divide so that the addition gives you 12? Let's write it x square plus 3x plus 4x plus 12 equals to 0. Okay. Now what can we do? We can find out x common from here. Find out 4 common from here. What are you left with? You are going to be left with x bracket x plus 3 plus 4 bracket x plus 3 equals to 0. Okay. Now what can we write? Take out x plus 3 as common. Take out x plus 3 as common. So you are left with x plus 3 into x plus 4 equals to 0. So you are left with x equal to minus 3, x equal to minus 4. That means the answer is going to be B. Very simple. Sir, why are you giving us these basic concepts that we have studied in 8th class, 10th class? Because sometimes even best of the student get confused that how do we break this? What do we do this? So I find that investing 10 minutes more in your education, in your preparation is not a big deal, because it's going to give you a big clarity regarding your basic concepts, regarding your basic mathematics. Okay, cool. Here we go. Now we begin with the differentiation. Have a look at the question. What it says. It says that you are having an equation in front of you and they are asking you about dy by dx. Let us recall that what the hell is this dy by dx? Let's have a recall. What is dy by dx? So we remember that there are two kind of operations. There are two kind of symbols that you made. One is delta, another is d. Sometimes you write delta, sometimes you write d. What is delta? Delta is comparatively bigger change. Delta is comparatively bigger change. What it denotes? It denotes bigger change. For example, a car is traveling and its speed is changing. So how much the speed has changed in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes? That's one kind of change. How much it has changed in 0.01 second? That is another kind of change. So we represent the smaller changes by the sign of d. Okay. And what dy by dx represents? What dy by dx represents? It represents differentiation. Differentiation. What is the meaning of differentiation? The literal meaning, we are getting into the concepts. We are diving into the concept. Okay. So the literal meaning of differentiation is the slope. What dy by dx represents? It represents the slope. What dy by dx represents? It represents the slope. For example, if this is y and this is x, okay, this is the change in y, this is the change in y, and this is the change in x. This is the change in x. So what is differentiation, or what is the slope? Slope is nothing but delta y by delta x, change in y divided by change in x. Okay, see, straightforward. I could have solved this question, but I want to give you 100% of the recall, 100% of the concepts in a very short span of time. So that's why I'm doing all this hard work for you. So just take the best advantage out of it. Okay. Yeah. So what is slope? Slope is delta y by delta x. And if we have a function, we can straightforward differentiate it. What is the differentiation going to be? Dy by dx. Dear students, what it's going to be? This is going to be 2x plus the differentiation of x1 and the differentiation of a constant 0. So the answer is 2x plus 1. That means the answer is C. Very simple question. See, I'm clearly saying that this is basic mathematics, and just solving the question, it's not our agenda. The aim for this session is not just to solve questions. It's to recall the concepts and go through the questions in a very limited amount of time. Here we go. We have a function s, and you need to differentiate s with respect to t. S has been given to you as 5t square minus 3t to the power 5. So students, you need to differentiate it with respect to time. So you are writing ds by dt. What it's going to be? The differentiation of t square is going to be 2t. So 5 into 2t minus 3 into 5t to the power 4, the differentiation of t to the power 5, 5t to the power 4. So what equation are you left with? You are left with 10t minus 15t to the power 4. This is the answer, 10t minus 15t to the power 4. And I guess that there is some printing mistake over here. So this is going to be, okay, there is a mistake in the question. According to the options, this should be 5t cube. Okay, so if we take 5t cube over here, this is going to be 5 into 3t square. So this is going to be 15t square, 15t square minus 15t to the power 4. Okay, that means in that case, we are left with this option. But with a negative sign. Okay, there was a small printing mistake in this question. Anyways, that's not a big deal. It happens. The typers or the typewriters or the people who make these DPPs, they sometimes, even they are human beings, so it's very normal that they make some mistake. But we know the concept, we can clear it, we can make that mistake cleared if we are very clear with the concept. Okay, so let's take the discussion ahead, and here we go. The next question in front of you is this: simply y equal to 5 sin x. Now why this question is in front of you? Because the differentiation of various functions, are you even aware about the differentiation of these functions? Tell me quickly. What is the differentiation of sin x? What is the differentiation of sin x? What is the differentiation of cos x? What is the differentiation of log x e to the power x? If y equal to sin x, dy by dx, I'm writing dy by dx over here, the differentiation of sin x, cos x, differentiation of cos x minus sin x. How do we find the differentiation of 10x? We know that 10x is sec square x, but how do we find it out? By applying chain rule or the quotient rule. Okay, I'll be doing that. So I'm just writing it that we are going to do this. We are going to derive this. Log x, 1 by x, e to the power x, e to the power x. So 5 is a constant. It remains as it is. The differentiation of sin x is cos x. The answer is going to be 2. Okay, so here we go. The next question in front of you is this. Read the question, what it says. The question says that there's an equation in front of you. And what the equation has been given? Equation has been given y equals to 6x square minus 10x minus 5x to the power minus 2. 5x to the power minus 2. Okay. How can we differentiate it? Just break it into different segments. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. Okay, fine, that's cool. Now what to do? What is the differentiation of x square? Sir, the differentiation of x square is 2x. Okay, fine. The differentiation of x is 1. The differentiation of x to the power minus 2 is minus 2x to the power minus 2 minus 1. That means minus 3. So what are we left with? We are left with 12x minus 10 plus 10x to the power minus 3. 12x plus 10x to the power minus 3 minus 10. Do we have this option? Okay, dy by dx is 12x minus 10 plus 10x to the power minus 3. That is this. This is dy by dx. And this is d2y by dx square. If you again differentiate it, you are left with 12 minus 30x to the power minus 4. So this is dy by dx. Clearly I'm writing this is dy by dx. And this is the second differentiation. That's d2y by dx square. Okay, dear students, is this point very clear? Just note it down quickly, fast. Done. Okay, so here we go. Now, so what is the chain rule? Let me first give you the chain rule. Okay, after that we'll be practicing some questions on the chain rule. See, if we talk about differentiation, we know that how do we find out the value of differentiation? It's simply by doing dy by dx. Now, if y has been given to you as a general function x to the power n, so what is the dy by dx going to be? The dy by dx is going to be n into x to the power n minus 1. The dy by dx is going to be n into x to the power n minus 1. We know this. Okay, fine, cool. But what if you have two functions together? One function is f of x and the another function is g of x. One function is f of x and the another function is g of x. Fx into gx. You have two functions and they are in multiplication. So in these situations, what do? We apply the product rule. Now what is the product rule? It simply says that if you have two functions in multiplication, differentiate one function, keep the other function as it is. Differentiate other function, keep the first function as it is. Okay. So you can simply do what you can simply do. You can find out dy by dx this way. You can find out dy by dx this way. Differentiate the first function. Keep the second function as it is. Differentiate the second function. Keep the first function as it is. This is the product rule. This is what we call as the product rule. Okay. Now, if you have a function within a function, then you use chain rule. Now, what is chain rule? What is the difference between the product rule and the chain rule? Chain rule means you have a function inside a function. You have a function inside a function. Can you give us some examples? Definitely yes. If you have the example as y equals to sin x into cos x, what kind of rule is it? This is product rule. But if you have the example of y equal to sine, and instead of x I have written as cos x, that means inside of sine there is another function. So this is what kind of rule? This is chain rule. This is chain rule. Okay, this is chain rule. Product rule, chain rule. Okay, now what do we have regarding chain rule? How do we find out the results of chain rule? I'm giving you a very simple example of chain rule. Okay, see, first I'm writing y equals to sin x into cos x, and on the other hand I'm writing what I'm writing? I'm writing y equals to sine of cos x. Sine of cos x. Okay, cos x is within sin x. How do we differentiate it? In order to differentiate this function, you are going to write dy by dx equals to, what is the differentiation of sin x? It's cos x. Keep cos x as it is. Plus, what is the differentiation of cos x? Minus sin x. Keep sin x as it is. So this is cos square x minus sin square x. This is the differentiation according to product rule, okay, of the function sin x into cos x. Now what kind of function do you have? You have sine of cos x. So dy by dx is going to be differentiate the outermost function, then get inside. If you differentiate sine, what do you get? The differentiation of, I'm not saying sin x, I'm clearly saying sine. The differentiation of sine is cos. Keep the inner function as it is. Now differentiate the inner function. What is the differentiation of cos x? That's minus sin x. Okay. Differentiation of sine cos. Cos x remains is inside. And the differentiation of sin x, cos x is minus sin x. That's what we have done. Okay. Note it down quickly. One more example I'm giving you. One more example. Let's write one more function. Y equals to sin x into x square. Okay. And another function I'm writing. See, these functions look very similar, but just try to understand the difference between them. This is sine of x square. Is there some difference between them? Yes, sir, there is a very big difference. It is sin x into x square. And this is sine. Instead of x, it has been given as x square. So in place of x, we have x square. Okay, fine. So. Okay. This is the first function. This is the second function. Okay. And this is function within a function. Function within a function. Okay, fine. Differentiate it. Dy by dx. What it's going to be? Sin x. The differentiation of sin x is cos x. X square remains as it is. The differentiation of x square is 2x. Sin x remains as it is. This is the differentiation of the function given in front of you. Okay. Now try to differentiate this and give me the answer. Try to differentiate sine of x square and give me the answer. What do we have? Differentiate it. Dy by dx. What is the outermost function? Sine is the outermost function. What is the innermost function? X square is the innermost function. So what do we get? We get the differentiation of sine is cos. What to do with the inner function? Keep it as it is. Now differentiate the inner function. So the answer is 2 cos x square into x, or simply cos x square into 2x. This is the answer. I hope that the difference between the product rule and the chain rule is very clear. Okay. I hope that the difference between product rule and the chain rule is crystal clear. So now, if the difference is crystal clear, try to do this question. If the difference is crystal clear, try to do this question. Y equals to sine of x square plus 2x. Okay. And try to do one more question. Y equals to sine of log of x square. Okay, what's the answer for the first question? Quickly. So we need to differentiate it. Okay, so let's differentiate it. Dy by dx. What are we going to be left with? The differentiation of first function. Then comes the inner function. Okay. First function, second function. Dy by dx. So what is sine? The differentiation of sine is cos. Keep the inner function as it is. Keep the inner function as it is. Differentiate the inner function, you are left with 2x plus 2. Okay. The differentiation of sine is cos, inner function remains as it is, then the differentiation of inner function, that's 2x plus 2. This is the answer. I hope that the point is absolutely clear. Let's come to the next question. How many functions do we have? First of all, the outermost function, inner function, and the innermost function. We have 3 functions. What is the differentiation of the outermost function? That's sine. The differentiation of sine is going to be what? It's going to be cos. And the inner function remains as it is. That's log of x square. Into differentiation of log is 1 upon x. Instead of x, you have x square. So this is 1 upon x square. And now the differentiation of third function, that is x square. So the differentiation is 2x. So this is the complete answer. And you can write the answer. You can rewrite the answer as 2 cos log x square divided by x. Is the point very clear? All of you? Cool. Let's take the discussion ahead. I'm giving you one more question. Here we go. Yeah. So the question is y equals to sine x divided by x. How to differentiate this? Now, sir, we require quotient rule for this. I would never suggest to apply the quotient rule. Reason being, it's tedious, it's lengthy, it's boring. Okay. Simply arrange the equation in the format of chain rule. Write it as sine x into x to the power minus 1. Okay, cool. Fine. Now what you can do is you can write that sine x is the first function, x to the power minus 1 is the second function. We would be applying product rule as well as the chain rule. How? Let's try to understand. Dy by dx according to product rule. Differentiate the first function. Keep the second function as it is. Plus. Differentiate the second function. How to differentiate x to the power minus 1? It's going to be minus 1 x to the power minus 2. And keep the first function as it is. Okay, what we have done? How do we differentiate x to the power minus 1? Minus 1 x to the power minus 2. Okay, keep the first function as it is. Arrange this. This is going to give you the answer. If this logic is very clear, give me the answer for this question. If this logic is very clear, give me the answer for this question. Y equals to sine x divided by cos x. Tell me, how do we arrange this function? Sine x into cos x to the power minus 1. Sine x into cos x to the power minus 1. Now you have two functions. This is the function number 1 and this is the function number 2. Okay. dy by dx. The differentiation of first function, sin x, is cos x. The second function remains as it is. The second function remains as it is. Plus the differentiation of second function. What is the differentiation of this function, cos of x to the power minus 1? In order to differentiate this function, you need to differentiate the power and the inner function. And the differentiation is going to be minus 1 into bracket to the power minus 2. What is inside the bracket? What is inside the bracket? It's cos x into the differentiation of the inner function. What is the inner function? It is minus sin x. So the answer is sin x upon cos x square. This is the differentiation of cos x to the power minus 1. I'm substituting the differentiation of cos x to the power minus 1. That's going to be sin x divided by cos x square. Cos x to the power minus 2. This is the differentiation of second function. The first function remains as it is. Cool. Arrange the expression. Cos x to the power minus 1 gets cancelled out. This is 1. So 1 plus sin square x upon cos square x. Okay. LCM. Sin square x plus cos square x, 1. 1 upon cos square x. Okay. That's sec square x. This is the answer. 1 upon cos square x. That's sec square x. Note it down. Okay. I hope that you are mature enough that you understand the agenda. The agenda is not just to find out the answer. I know that we all know the differentiation of 10x is sec square x. The agenda is to recall this soul, the concept. Okay. All of you. Yes. Good. Yeah. Do this quick. Yeah. So one more thing that I want you to spend, if the lecture is 1 hour, I want you to spend only 1 hour for the lecture. Sometimes what happens, we make 1 hour lecture. By default, we stretch the duration to 2 hours, 3 hours. We pause the lecture, we get easy between the lecture. We think that, okay, I'll resume the lecture, I'll do this, I'll do that. No. If the lecture is 1 hour, it's meant to be finished in 1 hour, not more than that. Okay. Cool. Let's take the discussion ahead, and here we go. The next question in front of you is this. What is the question? Again, this is the application of chain rule. It says that y equals to 1 minus x divided by 7 to the power minus 7. Okay. How do we differentiate this function? Differentiate the power, differentiate the inner function. Okay. So what's the dy by dx going to be? Dy by dx, differentiate the power, minus 7 into bracket to the power minus 7 minus 1, that means minus 8. What is inside the bracket? This is 1 minus x by 7. Okay, cool. Now differentiate the inner function. Differentiate the inner function. Differentiation of 1, that's 0. X upon 7, this is minus 1 by 7. Okay. So what is the answer? The answer is going to be, this is 1 and this is simply 1 minus x by 7 to the power minus 8. 1 minus x by 7 to the power minus 8. This is the answer. Easy question. Here we go. The next question coming in front of you is this. Read the question, all of you. The differentiation of sin x would be cos x. ln, this is nothing but the natural logarithm. Consider it as log only. Log, instead of x, this is x square. So here you have to apply the chain rule. Okay. Let's solve it step by step. What is the equation being given to you? The equation being given to you is this. Y equals to sin x. plus ln of x square plus e to the power 2x. Is it? Definitely yes. This has been given to you. Now what? Now what? Differentiate it. dy by dx. The differentiation of sine x is cos x. ln 1 by x. Instead of x, x square. Okay, instead of x, x square. Into the differentiation of x square, that's 2x. Okay, plus e to the power x is e to the power x. The differentiation of 2x is 2. This is the answer in front of you. So what's the answer going to be? This is going to be cos x plus 2 divided by x plus 2e to the power 2x. Okay, this is the answer in front of you. I hope that the point is absolutely clear. Okay. Next question coming in front of you is this. What has been given to you? Y equals 2 sine omega x plus phi. Just have a look at the expression. What has been given to you? Y equals to 2. It's been a function of x. This is a constant. This is a constant. Okay. If simply I give you the equation y equals to sine x, what would you say regarding the differentiation? You are going to say that the differentiation is dy by dx equals to cos x. If I give you the function y equals to sine of 2x, now what are you going to say? You are going to say that dy by dx is sine the differentiation of 2x. 2 comes out. So this is cos 2x, and the 2 comes out. This is 2 cos 2x. Okay. That means the constant that is being with the variable comes out as it is. And do we have some significance of this constant? No. Why? Let me give you one more example. Let me give you one more example. If we write y equals to sine of x plus 2, or let's write it as 2x plus 2. Okay. How to differentiate it? The first function is sine. The inner function is 2x plus 2. The differentiation of sine is cos. Inner function remains as it is. Now differentiate the inner function. 2x plus 2 is nothing but 2. Isn't it? So in short, the constant that is with the variable comes out. This is going to come out, and this makes no difference. So orally we can do this. The differentiation of sine is cos, and the omega comes out. So 2 omega cos of omega x plus phi. So this is the answer. Is this point very clear? Let's take the discussion ahead. Another beautiful concept coming in front of you is from the maxima and the minima. So let's recall the concept. Let's recall the logic. Let's recall the concept. We know that if we talk about a function, if we talk about a variable, okay, if this is a function being given to you, so there are some points on which the value of function is maximum, and there have been some points on which the value of the function is minimum, isn't it? The point at which the function is either maximum or minimum has one thing in common, and that thing is that the slope at that point is 0. What? That the slope at those points dy by dx remains 0. What have we said? we have said that dy by dx remains 0. Okay. So if you talk about the minimum value of the function, so first you need to find out the point of minima. How do we do this? If this is y, dy by dx equals to 0. Do this. Dy by dx equals to 0. Okay. What is dy by dx? Differentiate it. What is dy by dx? This is going to be 10x minus 2 and make it equal to 0. Make it equal to 0. You get x equals to 5. But sir, there is no option given as x equal to 5. Have we done the question wrong? Minimum value of the function, we are getting x equal to 5. That's the point of minima or maxima. This is the point of minima or maxima. How to find it out whether this is the point of minima or maxima? You have to again differentiate it. You again have to differentiate it. d2y by dx square. That gives you what? That gives you 10. That means positive. If d2 by y by dx square is positive, okay, you get a point of minima. If d2y by dx square is negative, you get a point of maxima. So this is the point of minima. Very clearly I am saying, at this value of x, for example, if this is x, okay, for example, if this is x equals to 5, you're going to get a minima. But the question is, what is the minimum value of that function? What is the minimum value of that function? The minimum value of that function is going to be, substitute 5x square, that means 25, minus 2 into 5 plus 1. What do we get? We get 125 minus 10 plus 1. What it is? This looks a weird value. Okay, this looks a very weird value, isn't it? Just a sec. Oh, sorry. We have done a small mistake. Anyone? We have done a small mistake over here. I'm really sorry. Okay. X is not 5. I'm really sorry. Just a small mistake that I've done over here. I have written the value of x equal to 5. This is going to be 1 by 5. This is going to be 1 by 5. Silly mistake from my side. I'm sorry. Let's take the discussion ahead. Still, that makes no difference in our discussion. The only difference that's going to be created is over here. So here we have 5 into 1 by 25 minus 1 by 5 plus 1. Okay. So what are we left with? We are left with 1 by 5 minus 2 by 5 plus 1. What it is? This is, let's solve this, 5. Okay. Minus 1 by 5 plus 1. That means 1 minus 1 by 5, 4 by 5 is the answer. 4 by 5 is the answer. I hope that the logic is very clear. I hope that the concept is very clear. Okay, so here we go. Let's take the discussion ahead. And the next concept coming in front of you is the concept of integration. What is integration? Let me just give another recall regarding the integration. Let me give you another recall regarding the concept of integration. How we introduced the concept of integration. We have to define the functions. Okay. If we have discrete function, then in order to add up the function, we do the summation. Okay. If we have a discrete function, what do? We do the summation. Okay. That means we add the different values of the function. For example, what is a discrete function? Just say that you have different dots. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. So you can add up these dots and find out the total value. Instead of a dot, if you have a line like this, now can you find out how many dots are there? Definitely no. This is a continuous function. So whenever we have a continuous function, in order to find out the summation of that continuous function, we use the symbol of this snake. What is this? This is integration. So we say that we integrate this function with respect to x over a limit from a to b. This gives you the value of integration. And what actually the integration gives you? It gives you the area under the curve. It gives you the area under the curve. For example, if this is a curve, this is y, this is x. Okay, this is the curve. How to find out the value of integration? By finding out the area under the curve. Okay, this gives you the value of area under the curve. Now, how to deal with this kind of question? Let me write it on the next page. What it is? It's integration of x square dx. And what are the limits being given to you? The limits are being given to you from 1 to 5. Okay, x square dx, and the limit is being given to you from 1 to 5. Okay, fine. Integration of x square dx. What is the integration of x to the power n dx? Okay, let's say from a to b. The integration is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. X to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Now what to do with these limits? What about these limits? What about these limits? Substitute these limits as a and b. Lower limit a, upper limit b. What do? We do the upper limit. This is integrated value. Okay, f dash means integrated value. Substitute the upper limit minus substitute the lower limit. Okay, so how to deal with this question? Integration of x square is going to be x to the power 3 divided by 3. And now you have the limits from 1 to 5. So what it's going to be? This is going to be 5 cube. That means 5 5s are 25, 5s are 125, 125 minus 1 divided by 3, 124 by 3. Okay, 124 by 3 is the answer. I hope that the concept is being recalled. I hope that the thought is very clear. I hope that you have done this. Okay, here we go. The next question. The velocity time graph of a car moving with the velocity time graph of a car moving along a straight road is shown in the figure. The average velocity of the car in the first 25 seconds. They are talking you about the average velocity in the first 25 seconds. First of all, the graph is being velocity versus time graph. Okay, they are asking about the average velocity. Average velocity. Velocity time graph has been given, and they are asking about the average velocity. So how to deal with this question? What basically average velocity is? First of all, students, what basically average velocity is? Average velocity is, I'm writing it over here. Average velocity is total displacement divided by the total time. Total displacement divided by the total time. This is what we call as average velocity. Sir, displacement is not being given to us. How to find out the total displacement? We are confused. Displacement is not being given to us. Oh yeah, although time has been given, but how to find out the total displacement? VT graph has been given to you. Velocity time graph has been given to you. You know that velocity is nothing but displacement upon time. So velocity into time. What is this term going to give you? This is going to give you the displacement. So the area under the curve is going to give you the value of displacement. So find out the value of this area. How much is this area? Area of this triangle, half into base into height, okay, plus area of this rectangle, 10 into 20, 200, plus half into base into height. What are we left with? This is 10 times 100, okay, plus 200 plus 150. That means 350 plus 100, that's 450. This is the displacement, 450 divided by 25. So divide it, what do we get? Divide it, 5 5s are 5 9s are, okay, 5 1s are, and this is 8 18, isn't it? 40, yeah, 8 5s are 40. Cool. Okay, okay, is this fine? Perfect. This is 18. Why do we get 17.5 meter per second over here? Okay, round off, it's going to be 18 only. So the answer is 18 meter per second. That means we are marking 17.5. Yeah, so here we go. The next question coming in front of you is this. Let's have a look at this question. What will be the slope of a line perpendicular to the line 2y plus 3x plus 5? Another nice concept. Another nice concept of basic mathematics. What do we know regarding the slope of two perpendicular lines? What do we know regarding the slope of two orthogonal lines? Anyone? If this is a line with slope m1, if this is another line with slope m2, so what is the relation between m1 and m2? The multiplication of the slopes of two perpendicular lines is -1. Okay. What is the slope of this line? What is the slope of this line? How to find out the slope? Y equals mx plus c. Arrange this expression in this format. Write this expression as y equals to minus 3 by 2x plus 5 by 2. Okay, y equals to mx plus c. So what is m over here? What is m over here? M is minus 3 by 2. What is m over here? M is minus 3 by 2. Okay, m is minus 3 by 2. Perfect. Cool. If this is m, what is m? Minus 3 by 2 into m2 equals -1. So this gets cancelled out. M is 2 by 3. So the answer is 2 by 3. Note it down. Quick, all of you. M is 2 by 3. Done with this? Let's take the discussion ahead. Another question in front of you. Integral sin x plus cos x. Integral sin x plus cos x dx. Okay. 0 to pi by 2. First method, directly we would solve. Second method, KKT. What is KKT? The students who belong to my regular batch, they know what is KKT. The students who are listening this term, who are coming across this term for the first time, this is KKT. That means KK, I'm KK, and T is the trick. So I'll be giving you a direct trick by which you're going to solve the question orally. First of all, sine. What is the integration of sine? That's minus cos x. Integration of cos x, that's sin x. Okay, that's cool. Now substitute the limits from 0 to pi by 2. Substitute the limits from 0 to pi by 2. And what are you left with? You are left with minus cos pi by 2 minus cos 0 plus sine pi by 2 minus sine 0. Okay, fine. What is cos pi by 2? Cos pi by 2 is 1. Cos 90, sorry, cos pi by 2 is 0. What is cos 0? That's 1. What is sin pi by 2? That's 1. What is sin 0? That's 0. So this is 1 plus 1. The answer is going to be 2. Okay, fine. Fine, that's okay. That's cool. Now the thing is that if you go through the graphs, listen very carefully, all of you. If you just observe the graph of sine and cos, if you observe the graph of sine, if you observe the graph of cos, okay, this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 2 pi by 3, and this is 2 pi. Oh, sorry, this is 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2, 270, and this is 2 pi. Okay. So the total value of the sine function, from 0 to 2 pi is going to be how much? The total value of the sine function from 0 to 2 pi is going to be 0. Why? Because the value that's in the positive sign equals the value in the negative sign. So integral of sin x dx from 0 to 2 pi is 0. Similarly, the integration of cos x from 0 to 2 pi equals to 0. Okay. Okay. Is this point very clear? Now, if you talk for the limit from 0 to pi by 2, this is going to be how much? This is going to be 1. This is simply going to be 1. Same with the cos. 0 to pi by 2, the value is going to be 1. Okay. The value is going to be 1. Sin x plus cos x from 0 to 90, 1 plus 1, that's 2. Oral. Whoa. So the answer is 2. Direct question, direct answer. Here we go. Here we go. The next question in front of you is this. Integral x cube plus 1 dx over the limits. What are the limits? Limits are 0 to 1. X cube is x to the power 4 by 4. 1 is x. Substitute the limits from 0 to 1. Upper limit minus lower limit. 5 by 4 is the answer. Is this point very clear? All of you? Is this point very clear? So here we go. Let's take the discussion ahead. The next concept in front of you is the log. So what has been given to you? Log of 15 with base 10. Now we know about the property log of a into b equals log of a plus log of b. Is it? Definitely yes. So we can read 15 as 3 into 5. So log 15 is going to be log 3 with base 10 plus log 5 with base 10. How much is the value of log 3? That's 0.4 something, isn't it? 0.4 something, 0.417 and something. This is 0.69. So it's going to be nearly 1.17. Okay, write the exact value. I'm just doing it roughly. That's going to be the answer. Okay, so here we go. The next question in front of you. Again from log 25 plus log 4 minus log 5. You have to apply the identity log a plus b and after that log a minus b. So we know that log a plus log b equals log ab. So you are going to write log 25 plus log 4 equals to log 100. That means 25 into 4. Now minus log 5. So log 100 minus log 5 is going to be log of 100 divided by 5. That's going to be log of 20. Or simply you can write it as log A B divided by C. A plus B minus C. Cool? A plus B minus C. A B divided by C. This is the answer. Okay. This is the answer. I hope that the point is very clear. Next question. Which of the following statement is not correct from the following two straight lines? These are two straight lines in front of you. They are saying which one of them is either having positive and negative slope. What is the concept of positive and negative slope? If I draw a line, something like this, what is happening? If you go along the x-axis, the value of x is increasing. Similarly, the value of y is also increasing. Delta x is positive. Delta y is also positive. So the slope of this line is positive. Okay. Similarly, the both lines given to you are having positive slope, and the slope of 2 is greater than the slope of 1. So we say that, okay, they are asking about the intercept and slope. Okay. So the intercept of line 1 is positive. Intercept of line 2 is negative. Intercept means where it cuts the y-axis. Okay. So line 2 has a positive slope. That's true. Line 2 has a negative intercept. That's true. Line 2 has a negative intercept. That's true. Line 1 has a positive intercept. That's true. Line 1 has a negative slope. That's false. And they are asking about the wrong statement, which is not correct. So the answer is going to be D. Answer is going to be D. They are asking about the false statement. Okay. Next question in front of you is this. Read the question. Velocity varies with time according to this relation. Then the plot of v versus t square. It's going to be a parabolic function. V is a function of t square. V proportional to t square. And they are asking the relation between v and t square. So v is proportional to t square. If you plot the relation between v and t, this is correct. But the relation is between v and t square. So the answer is going to be A. Okay. Here we go. Next question. The graph shown in front of you. Find out the slopes A, B, and C. A, B, C. Clearly you can say that the magnitude of the slope A is maximum, then the slope B, then the slope C. I am talking about the magnitude. I am talking about the magnitude. So the magnitude of slope 1 is maximum, then the slope 2, then the slope 3. So this is the answer. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There's been given an equation y equals to 2x minus 1. So what information do you conclude from this? That the slope is positive, that the intercept is negative. Positive slope and negative intercept. Answer is A. Okay. Next question. Which graph represents y proportional to x square? Y versus x. Definitely a parabola. This is the answer. Cool. Next question. P equals to under root 2 m e x. P proportional to root x has been given. What are they asking? They are asking, draw the graph between momentum and the mass of the object for constant kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy is constant. Okay. Kinetic energy is constant. So the momentum is proportional to root m. Momentum is proportional to root m. What is momentum proportional to? It's proportional to root m. So P proportional to M to the power 1 by 2. So these are the options in front of you. What it's going to be? Anyone? Quick. So what can we think regarding the situation? I would say that square both the situations, square both the sides. This is P square proportional to M, or M proportional to P square. So if you draw a graph between M and P, it goes like this. Okay. It goes like this. That means this is the graph. C is the answer. Okay. Is this point very clear? So yeah, all the future doctors, here we go. We have done with the basic mathematics. Please go through the questions once again. Have a blast, nail it, and keep on revising. Remember that the effort, every single effort that you give today is going to create a big glory in your life tomorrow. So I wish you all the best. Let's meet soon. Until then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you.